not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Who cares? Why bother? Whatever.
Yeah.
So that was on the suffering piece.
But before you do it, can I give feedback?
Please,
if I may. Again, I'm not pretending to have the answer for you, but I'm just giving my 2 cents because you're asking me.
Open.
Right?
Yeah,
because I want to see more of that smile that I see in you right now. Okay,
I'm wide open.
This is the real you right here, by the way. But what happened is you're so in your head.
Yeah.
So even think of what you did, like a goal worth suffering for. Fuck that.
Tony Robbins, ladies and gentlemen, the world is shaped by those who learn how to move people. And there's no better example in this world than Tony Robbins himself for the skill of moving people. He's been doing that for 50 years. I consider him to be probably the world's greatest persuader alive right now. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to review step by step this key moment in one of the most trending podcasts out there right now. Everybody's talking about it. It feels like it's a culture-defining moment for entrepreneurship when Alex Hormozi got coached by Tony in this interview in a very interesting way. I'll review it from the perspective of speaking and charisma coach, and also I've been a coach for years. I've coached hundreds of people, so I'm gonna also point to the techniques he uses to break Hormozi's pattern. By the way, these types of reviews are exactly what I do with my clients in business, sales, and content. So if you want me to review your own speaking or content for free, then you can join the link in the description, join the community, send me a clip you want me to review, and I'll send you a personalized Loom feedback video just like this. All right, so the first thing I want you to notice is how smoothly he cuts him off. Just watch this.
Cares? Why bother? Whatever.
Yeah.
So that was on the suffering piece.
But before you do it, can I give feedback?
Please,
if I may. Again, I'm not pretending to have the answer for you, but I'm just giving my 2 cents because you're asking me. Right?
So much humility. Humility. What you guys need to understand is that when you are at the level of Tony Robbins, one of the world's most powerful men, literally, in many different aspects of life, you absolutely have to meet it with humility. You have to pretend you are just a regular guy. Otherwise, people's egos will immediately be closed off. And he knows who he's speaking to. It's Alex Hormozi. I mean, he broke the Guinness World Record for the fastest selling nonfiction book of all time. He sold $106 million worth of books in 3 days. So this guy is a very high level man, and he's super well respected. He's a leader. And so Tony knows who he's talking to. Watch how he says, hey, if I may, I'm not pretending to be coaching you. By the way, the rest of the interview, I will link in the description. You'll notice how the whole time he's like, hey, I'm not pretending to coach you here or whatever. And then he goes on and he coaches him for an hour, And also he goes, if I can share my 2 cents with you, which is all it's worth, 2 cents, excuse me, this man charges $1 million per year for 3 coaching sessions. Less than an hour. 3, $1 million. And so you can see how he obviously makes Hormozi put his guard down. And that's what he would do with any person who could potentially be resistant to his advice. Also, this is what I advise people to do when you want to help your family or your friends. You never, ever approach it from a coaching perspective. Forget about it. They'll be closed off. You're their friend, or you're their son, or their brother. Why the heck would they listen to you as a coach? What do you mean? So you must always approach it, hey, if I can just share the perspective in my 2 cents, which is all it's worth, like, come on. It's very, very powerful. It's all part of the strategy. Start with humility.
Please,
if I may. Again, I'm not pretending to have the answer for you, but I'm just giving my 2 cents because you're asking me. Right? Because I want to see more of that smile that I see in you right now. Okay,
This is one of my favorite strategies to use. I'm going to share my secret here. Fuck it. When you're trying to help someone that is obviously suffering, they're in their head, something is difficult for them, as soon as they smile or laugh, you point and say, hey, I want to see more of that smile right there. I love that smile. I love how that smile looks on you. And what happens is automatically the person increases, magnifies the smile. When someone does that to me, it works even on me. What I always say is, I am the coach. I'm supposed to be the person who notices all these things, but I'm human. And what I teach works on everyone who is human. So watch how his smile gets even stronger.
Before you do it, can I give feedback?
Please,
if I may. Again, I'm not pretending to have the answer for you, but I'm just giving my 2 cents because you're asking me. Right? Because I want to see more of that smile that I see in you right now. Okay,
I'm wide open.
This is the real you right here, buddy.
This is the real you. This is the real you. Identity shifting. He was in his head. he made him, and then Hormozi started laughing. So he goes, "That's the real you. I want to see more of that. That's the real you." You reinforce that new identity. When someone subscribes to a new identity, identifies with a certain statement, that is the deepest form of persuasion. And no matter who you are, if someone tells you, this is the real you, in a moment where you feel joyful, it will reinforce your belief that this is the real you, no matter who you are.
By the way, but what happened is you're so in your head.
Yeah.
So even think what you did, like a goal worth suffering for. Fuck that. I mean, I don't have goals that I'm worth suffering for. No, don't get me wrong. Every day is not like pure bliss.
Yeah.
And there's lots of things that I don't love to do that I need to do to succeed or I got to deal with. That's part of life. But pain is part of life. Suffering's an option. You've heard that phrase, but it's a fact. Yeah. It's not just.
Wow. I love this moment. A goal worth suffering? Fuck that. So that's what's something that Tony does a lot, which is use very strong language. And when you go to his events, it says, disclaimer, strong language will be used. That's meant to break patterns and create a stronger change in you. The reason that is because anything that is controversial, taboo, anything that people wouldn't have the courage to say has a higher likelihood of breaking their pattern. And when someone's pattern is broken, I had a client the other day ask me, how do I take authority in a conversation and frame control? And the first thing I said is you break the person's pattern. Anyone whose pattern is broken immediately gets into reactive mode, into open mode. Now you have all their attention. And now the next step you do, which is exactly what he did, is you take them from where they are right now, and from a place of love, you align yourself with them, and then you bring them to the new place. So watch what he does.
Yeah. And there's lots of things that, don't get me wrong.
Don't get me wrong. I'm also going through pain.
Every day is not like pure bliss. Yeah. And there's lots of things that I don't love to do that I need to do to succeed or I got to deal with. That's part of life. But pain is part of life. Suffering's an option. You've heard that phrase, but it's a fact. Yeah. It's not just.
So he took him from, hey, listen, it's not always easy. Yes, there's pain, but fuck suffering. So he aligned himself with kind of where Hormozi is, and he led him towards that new idea.
Just a phrase. That's why you've heard that shit so more. But when you make it your goal to find a goal we're suffering for, you're going to suffer, right? And so it's in your language.
I got my wish.
And you got your wish. And what's happened is this part of you is so strong, brother. This part of you is too, but this is the lead right now. Sure. If you change the lead to here by that sense of connection and everything else and get the hell out of your head, because your brain is always going to reduce things. It's like your brain will never make you happy.
Look at how Hormozi is looking at him. I've never seen Hormozi like that. It's like he's falling in love.
That's the problem. Yeah. It won't even allow you to enjoy an apple. You go, is it organic? It's like your brain is analyzing so much. You got so stuck up here that you're missing this magnificent human being that I see in front of me here. You're missing to have the joy of him. So stop this getting what we're suffering for.
Can I ask a question?
Identity. By the way, what is one of the easiest ways to influence someone? By complimenting them towards what you want them to become. That beautiful human I'm seeing here, that beautiful heart. He wants to bring him in his heart. You compliment the thing that you want people to go towards.
Yes, of course.
So
also, his body language, so intense. He used it so intensely. You almost cannot not pay attention with his movements.
Get out of your head, get into your heart.
Yes.
I love the language. I don't understand what it means.
I know, because right now you're in your head still.
Sure.
But by the way, when you laugh like this, can you feel the difference? Like this guy right here who's smiling at me right now. Yeah. Is that it?
He's doing it again. Hormozi came back in his head, and Tony said, fuck that.
Different guy?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do this.
Okay.
I have multiple parts of me. Mm-hmm. Most of us in life try to pretend we're one thing. Society makes you try to pretend you're one thing. I'm sure your wife has multiple personalities. My wife sure does. When I first met her, I'd have a conversation.
Humor. Making something relatable. Making it relatable. My wife sure does. Boom. Whatever resistance he could have had again to being brought into his heart, gone.
Conversation that she'd be talking about. I'd be like, who is this person over here, right? I had to come up with different names. And look at the smile on your face. You know exactly what I'm talking
That's my
about.
heart. Yeah.
But I started naming the parts of my wife, so I knew who I was talking with, right? There's Bonnie Pearl, there's Sage. There's some names I can't tell you that are very
Is this
interesting.
Friday night, Layla, or is this Tuesday morning, Layla? Yeah.
But the point of the matter is, we as humans try to reduce ourselves for simplicity's sake, and society does to one thing: it's easier to manage, right? There are many parts of you.
Yeah.
So what's the part of this guy that's so intellectual that, you know, he's going to suffer and he's going to, you know, he's going to get it done anyway? It's not.
By the way, what the fuck? Something I just noticed. The first time I listened to it, I didn't even notice. Watch how Tony is sitting now.
Right? So who's the guy who's in his head all the time?
Both his hands are holding the side of the couch. His legs are locked in like this. And I want you to notice, attention to details, guys. Okay, so this is 31:11. Watch the beginning.
I was going to say, I was like, I hope this number isn't wrong. I like looked all over the internet.
Notice where Tony's hands are and how his legs are placed. Now, notice what Hormozy does because he's nervous.
Most importantly, at least for me,
Hold the side of the couch as if he's grasping onto something to feel secure.
me personally, is that you wrote books that changed my life directly.
Wow.
And in a couple cool ways. So the first is there was an Indian guy who came here to the US 20-something years ago, and he was working as a janitor. And he had such a thick accent that they said, you're never going to get employed anywhere. You have to learn how to speak.
Okay, enough. You noticed. Now let's go back to where we were.
I think it's easier to manage, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are many parts of you.
Yeah.
So what's the part of this guy that's so intellectual?
This is called mirroring. This is called mirroring. We do it naturally. Now, Tony, I learned the idea of mirroring from him. And so maybe he's doing that intentionally. However, we do it naturally regardless. It's one of the best strategies to create rapport. People in sales know that. Because when someone sees you using the same expressions and the same body language, now they're just like me. And now you feel more comfortable. And now you feel like you can open up. And when you open up, people have more leverage to influence you. That's how the game works.
That, he's going to suffer and he's going to, he's going to get it done anyway. It's not this guy right here. This guy like this guy here. This guy's is this guy different?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just shifted just like that. All right. So who's the guy who's in his head all the time and is analyzing? Oh, he's brilliant, by the way. He's absolutely effing brilliant. And he can succeed in anything if that's that. What's that guy's name? Give me a nickname for that guy. One that maybe would make you
Analytical Alex.
laugh.
There you go.
What's that?
If you're doing $1 million or more a year and you'd like to
so
get
funny.
to $10 million
The
or
ad.
$100 million, I can
it's so
promise
good.
you
Analytical
absolutely none
Alex.
of that.
Analytical Alex.
Analytical what?
Analytical Alex.
Okay, analytical Alex. Okay, perfect. Okay, who's this guy who was just laughing with me, looked over his wife, big smile on his face. Your smile is infectious, right? And this is you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so who is this guy?
Anabolic Alex.
Anabolic Alex. So Anabolic Alex has so much life in him. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you what happens is, think about a relationship. I'll try it that way.
What he just did is key. All comes down to identity. You want to make the person identify with someone new. And he's creating that new Anabolic Alex live as they're talking. This is literally a coaching session right here.
Most people get in a relationship and I always tell people, the secret to relationship, 80% of having a great lasting relationship or intimate relationship is selection. And people will say to me, well, shit, why didn't you tell me that before I was married for 10 years?
Yeah.
I said, no. I don't mean who you select. Who you select to be in this relationship. So when you're in the beginning of a relationship, what do most people do in the very beginning of a relationship? What will they do for the other person?
Yeah, best behavior, all that kind of stuff.
Anything. Lighting them up lights you up. There's no transaction value. You're not trying to see what you can get. Like, your joy is making joy for them, right?
Yeah.
And you give your all. You dress properly. You do all whatever properly.
Yeah.
But you get the idea. You give your best foot forward.
He knows who he's talking to, whatever properly means to you. Because Hormozy is famous for not giving a fuck about how he dresses.
Then people get married sometimes. And after a certain number of years, they forget. And they bring a different person to the table who's always analyzing. Like, what did you do versus what I do? And they're measuring. That's a transaction. No one wants to be part of a transaction in an intimate relationship. And whenever you do a transaction, it's not fair anyway, because in a relationship, it's like a team sport. You're climbing a mountain. Who's leading and who's following changes as you're climbing. If you're climbing a big mountain, right? And you can't lead the whole damn time. You'd love to, but you can't. You got to switch off, right, to make things work. So it's like,
one of the 6 pillars of speaking that I teach in the community is clarity. And the way you make your speech clear is by making it understandable. And the way you make a speech understandable is by giving examples and metaphors and stories. Tony's a genius of that. What is learning? Learning is pattern recognition. It's associating something new with something you already know. And so the best way to teach a new concept is by painting a picture in a very clear way, like he just did with the mountain, like he just did with the example of marriage. Such a masterpiece. Guys, I cannot do the whole thing. It will take me days, but I'll link the full podcast, this legendary podcast. I'll link it in the description. I'm so grateful for you guys. Again, if you want me to do that for your own speeches or content, I'll do it for free. You can join the community and let me know what clip you want me to review. Or if you just want to participate to the live workshops, we do that as well there. We immerse ourselves. It's just a beautiful brotherhood for public speaking, influence, and charisma. All right, I'll see you here very soon.